Jim Duggan was going to be named Athlete of the Year for 1984, and he won some Lucien Piccard cufflinks. And you're going to come out on commentary here in '85 to complain that you deserve the honor and that the cufflinks would go really nice with your suit. The next week, Jim is going to come out in a tux with the cufflinks, and he'll give his wife Deborah a dozen roses. You, Doc, and Akbar are going to surround the ring, but Jim pulls out a lead pipe and scares you all off. So, Ted, we're clearly building toward this best dressed man idea here in early January. When you were first presented with this idea that, hey, you guys are going to put on tuxedos and the crowd is going to judge the way that you look, what's your initial reaction to this?
Oh, I loved it. I loved it because, I mean, you know what's going to happen. I mean, I could have had on the most expensive, just elaborate, good-looking tuxedo as you wanted to. And then, and it's kind of like, by applause, right? Like what? Okay. Contestant number one, contestant number two. Well, I mean, they're going to blow the roof off for Doc.
For Duggan.
Oh, and I'm sorry, for Duggan.
Yeah.
And this guy thing. I'm trying to think of what I said in the promo. It's like, I said, you can dress a monkey up in a suit, but he's still a monkey. Something like that. Yeah.
I want to say, because there's like a few segments that you guys did together, and I want to say in one of them you said something to the effect of like, well, you can put lipstick on a pig, but it's still a pig. Something like that about Duggan. Yeah. But man, just fantastic stuff. I really liked it too. But one of the criticisms of Bill Watts during this period is that he's a little bit too reliant on gimmicks. Is that the case in your opinion, or did you like all the gimmicky stuff that he was doing?
What do you mean in terms of gimmicks?
Well, there always seemed to be a stip for every match, and it's like the coal miner's glove, and now you guys are coming out in these suits, and just a lot of gimmicks. Now, I personally enjoy it, but I'm curious. You're an old school guy. You grew up in the business.
Well, here's the thing, brother. I'm gonna tell you what. I will put Bill Watts up against any promoter of that time on the old war era. Bill was a real smart guy, and it's just about, it's kind of like, if you can do all those things, I mean, and he didn't, you know what I'm saying? It's like, he didn't do all of those gimmick matches with the same two guys. Me and Duggan, in a best dressed man suit, and I don't know, whatever the hell else we had, a lumberjack match,
coal miner's glove, and
coal miner's glove. Yeah.
A lot of gimmicks, but I mean, when you've got an audience like the Mid-South audience, they were hungry for it, and they wanted the blood and guts, and they wanted the cool stipulations and put people in unique spots. I'm a big fan of it.
Yeah, me too. And all you naysayers out there, you've never been a wrestler, so shut up.
Shut up. Pipe down. The next week, you're going to come out in a tuxedo, but Jim is going to come out and get the better of you and even steal your top hat before you'll return to take on Duggan and Terry Taylor with Doc in a losing effort. Of course, this all brings us to the main subject of the show today. On February 16th episode of Mid-South Wrestling, you're going to have your first of two Best Dressed Man contests with Duggan. JR tells the fans to vote with applause, and of course, you get booed and Jim gets cheered. You make the excuse that the audience is rigged and you want it to do it again. So the next week, there's an electronic meter to measure response. And the meter is, of course, going to determine that Jim wins again. And that brings us to this clip that I cannot wait to watch. Let's have a look.
Agree with this. I think I've been roughed off again. I'm going right over your head. Where's Bill Watts?
Bill Watts is not available right here, right now, but the decision is final.
Joel Watts is out in the TV truck. I'm going to go talk to him right now.
Well, he can go outside if he wants to, ladies and gentlemen. It doesn't make any difference because right here's the best dressed man in Mid-South. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, let's send it out to the truck and have these comments from Joel Watts.
Well, I think it's great that Hacksaw Duggan won.
Are you going to put up with that? You saw that, Watts.
Hey, I saw it. He beat you guys more than twice.
He prompted him. Ross prompted him. for that decision. He as much as told him, cheer for Duggan, don't cheer for DiBiase. You're going to let that decision stand?
I think so. I think it was a good decision, and we've spent all the time on this thing that we need to. Ted, you lost the contest.
You're just like the rest of them. You're worse than your dad. You're just another Mid-South official that stands behind that hippie, that no good drunken bum Jim Duggan. I've had you all up to here, and I'm leaving. Isn't that Jim Duggan's car?
Well,
isn't that Duggan's car right there?
Well,
is that monitor still on in there?
Well,
Duggan,
yeah,
are you what, cameraman? Get a close-up of this. Duggan, are you watching
now,
me?
wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Are you watching me? I dropped you in the parking lot before. You're in there gloating like a big shot. Well, gloat over this, Duggan. I'm taking out your car.
Wait a minute! No! It... Gee whiz. Davey, No. No.
Holy shit.
You hear Jim swearing?
DiBiase!
Get that! Get out of my way!
We're going to try to...
Now,
All right.
here's what I want to tell you.
Yeah.
That's how hard it is to smash a windshield of a car. I mean, oh my gosh, I'd beat that thing to death. I mean, you know, and the other thing Jim said was, it was, you know, it was so, you know, so mingled up there that he couldn't see. That he literally, he was trying to, I don't know, peek over the top or whatever. I don't know, but anyway.
Probably had his head hanging out of his window trying to drive.
Yeah.
Man, too funny. And Jim actually, when Jim and I watched that, he said the same thing. He was like, you see how the glass didn't actually break? It just kind of like kept splintering over and over again. He said Ted was absolutely exhausted from swinging the shit out of that bat because he was trying to break it out.
Yeah, I was. Good gosh almighty, you know.
Yeah. And
this goes to show you, I mean, you can get a ping on your windshield, but you ain't gonna ever do that.
Man, it is specialty glass and a good thing, you know, obviously you don't want the glass shattering into people's faces, but man, Jim also mentioned that is actually his personal car, as you referenced. He's trying to drive around with it. He said for months and months afterwards, Deborah was still finding little bits of glass in there. So Bill Watts paid for the windshield, but they still paid the price for that whole gimmick.
Oh gosh, I love that guy.
So when it's all said and done, how did you feel about the whole angle? Did you feel like it was a big success and a good way to?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, I mean, that's the thing. You know, it's kind of like when you talk about Jim Duggan, you're talking about a guy with character. You're talking about a guy with a ton of charisma. And, you know, whatever he might have lacked in wrestling skills, he made up for it in charisma, you know. And so, yeah, that's why he was there. That's why he got put in that spot.